you.
All right, so we are officially recording. So yes, please, anyone with a question, go ahead and talk to me. Let's get some things answered. I am here for you. Anything, open forum. Let's read the chat. Okay, all right, because if in a few minutes, if I don't get any questions, that means that you guys have been doing a fantastic job studying. You've got your plan mapped out. You've been strategizing. Okay.
Hey,
Ruth
Tamara.
says she doesn't even know where to start. Okay, who is that speaking?
This is Sean.
Hey, Sean, how are you?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Good.
So since we're on the web analyzer, I appreciate that you have that up. So are you following the plan where you're checking your indicators on the, let's say it pops up as an M5, are you checking the 15-minute, 30-minute, and an hour too to see if those things are in line with the indicators on the other time frames?
Absolutely, and we're certainly going to get off into that. We want to just leave the floor open real quick for some general questions, and we're going to go into.
I apologize.
No, that's okay. That's okay. We're going to go into DAVEN'S 4 rules from IML TV as soon as I see if there's any questions about, PIPs or lot sizes or any general questions. I know that Ruth has one question, Ruth, and I understand if you don't know where to begin. It's and Felicia. Okay. So what I typically do when we have, are you guys fairly new? If you wouldn't mind unmuting and just talking to me for a second, I want to see where you are with things. Ruth and Felicia.
Yeah, yes, I'm really new. Yeah, I am new.
Okay, great.
I'm just so green. I'm like a green banana.
Okay.
Me too. It's Felicia.
Okay, good deal. So what I would encourage you ladies to do, if you're brand new, you just signed up within the past couple of weeks, there's one spot that I usually like to send brand new students, and it's on YouTube, and it's with Adaze Duncan, okay? It's called Trade Science. Trade Science with Adaze Duncan. Are you familiar with how to spell her name? It's A-D-A. Easy. There we go. Good.
Yeah, she facilitated the first set of basics, or all of the basics.
Yep.
She's good.
Yep. She's got this amazing video, on YouTube that I typically send people before they go into the basics even. Okay. If after you've gone through the basics 1 through 4, go ahead and start dabbling into the IML TV, where we are right now, the web analyzer. Okay. And I'm focusing on DAVEN'S 4 rules. Okay. And I'm going to lead you through that. Have you guys already gone through your basics 1 through 4?
Yes, I have.
Okay. How about you, Ruth?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. It looks like everybody's saying yes in the chat. Okay, good. So why don't you start dabbling a little bit into the IML TV recordings? Okay. You can go back in there and start looking at, the web analyzer specifically, and look for Davin Icao. His last name is spelled I-C-A-O. Davin Icao. That's where we are. And, Sean, you were speaking just a second ago. I believe you've been focusing your team. Sean is out of Atlanta, you guys. He's got a great team, Platinum 1000. You've been focusing on DAVEN'S 4 rules. Dante Lewis, who's an amazing Platinum 1000, DAVEN'S 4 rules. So we just kind of want to steer people to get, all of us kind of on one page, those who are just kind of starting out with IML, okay? And we're going to go through those, the web analyzer. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, let's see what we have in the chat here. All right, good. Okay, on IML TV recordings. Okay, good deal. Okay. All right, so now what we're going to do, are there any other questions? Just want to make sure we're getting those things. I hope that helps. All right, here's another item in the chat. Okay, good, Michelle, I'm glad you're covered. Cha-ching! All right, there's something really exciting that Davin does in the web analyzer when that cha-ching sounds. It's like he'll start yelling, I am a money magnet. You know, this is one thing that people who study his strategies would say, I'm a money magnet. I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities from multiple sources on a continuous basis. That's an affirmation. I'm a money magnet. Are you guys a money magnet? Please type that in the chat if you are, because I truly believe that. He does that the entire time. I am a money magnet. Let's believe it. All right? Okay, so before we get into these 4 rules, I want to know, is there anything else? We have some money magnets here on the line. Good, good. I'm a money magnet. I'm a money magnet. All right. I think we're ready to get into the nuts and bolts. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop. Let me see. I think I have it right here. I made things a little simple for you. I went ahead and typed. Can you guys see this yet? Or a Microsoft Word? Maybe if I do new share. Let's see if you can see this. I went ahead and typed out the, here we go, the rules for you. Here we go. Can you guys see that? I'm talking about making life simple. That's what I believe in. Let's see if I can scroll up a little bit. Here we go. DAVEN'S 4 rules. I'm going to scroll up, and then I'm going to let you take a picture of this. You guys want to do that?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and grab that real quick. It's all about setup. It's about the key rules and about his entry tips, all summed up right there for you. All right, let me get rid of this little circle thing. That's weird. Okay, there we go. All right, if you get a snapshot of that. Okay, so the main thing, and I'm a huge proponent of this, he totally endorses going to forexfactory.com to list the red folders in there for the news. forexfactory.com. As soon as you open it up, you're going to see the news, okay? And you're going to go into the red folders and list out every single news event that they're going to announce. They give you the time that they're going to make the announcement on a currency, and then you're going to just write that down. So that way you know not to trade at that time of day on that pair, okay? Let's see what we got in here. So you know that, there we go. So you got to go to your news first, okay? And then we're going to walk through this together here in a second, because I'm going to show you how to click around on that web analyzer tonight. We may not necessarily enter into any trades unless I see something where the setup is just right, okay? Let's see. All right, you can't take the pic? Okay, I'll be sure to get this to you. Yep, you can still write it down. All right, so we want to make sure that we get your formatting set up. I'm going to show you how to click around in the web analyzer, because from time to time, you know, we will see people clicking around on these charts and things like, okay, how did they draw that line, or how do they know how to fix the formatting and all these kinds of things. So I'm going to show you that tonight. The Bollinger Band is one thing you'll need. You're going to need the RSI. You're going to need the stochastic and the MACD. Do not be intimidated. You'll be amazed at how easy these things are. Okay. So let's go back to the web analyzer real quick. All right, I hope you guys can see this. New share, web analyzer. If you can see my web analyzer screen, please type yes in the chat. Just want to make sure, or type a 1. Good. Okay, great. Fantastic. So we already got the news covered, right? We said go to forexfactory.com and make a list of all the news for that day. Sometimes only like 3 or 4 or 5 announcements that'll be coming up. So now, what I normally do, I'll get rid of this VMWA. I don't need that. I'll click on the X there. I'll get rid of this moving average line. Click on the X there. Please don't write on my screen. Hold on a minute. Annotate. How do I stop you from doing that? Someone's writing on my screen. How do I get rid of it? There we go. All righty. I'll get rid of the exponential moving average, and I'll keep the Bollinger Band. You see that? The BB. And the Bollinger Band is this structure right here. It's just a combination of a whole lot of moving averages. That's the Bollinger Band. And then the way that you change the formatting to fit what Davey says you should need, he wants you to have a 34 close and a 2. You just hover there and you right click and you click on format. And you'll get a pop-up box. Hopefully you see the pop-up box. And you put 34 close and 2 as the values in here. Go to the default box, save as default. Click and say okay. All right, that's what you do there. And let me check to see if there's any questions in the chat about that. All right, what's not showing up on your end, Ruth? Are you able to see the web analyzer now? Okay, I hope you can see it.
I can see the web analyzer, and that little box just, okay, it showed up and then it went away.
Okay, you might have a delay on
Yeah,
your, I'm not sure if everybody's experiencing that or not. Okay, you want me to show the box again? I'll show it again. Hopefully it's not happening for everyone that way. All right, here's the box. Everybody see that?
Okay, yes.
Okay, good. 34, 2, and 34 close and 2. Okay, great. Thanks, Khalil. All right, and then you're gonna make sure you drop down to say save as default, and you'll say okay. Now, I've got to tell you something. Before you even get to this screen, I have to tell you something. I forgot to tell you. Over in here, let me see if I can move this out of the way. Yep, there we go. To the far right, this settings wheel. The settings wheel. Click on that right here, the gear. Hopefully this box is visible to you. Let's see. All right, good, good. You have to select your strategy template. So see DAVEN'S for rules, it's at the top of the list. You have to select this as your template. And that will populate your screen to include your Bollinger Band, your RSI, your stochastic, and your MACD. There's so many strategies with the web analyzer, but we're doing DAVEN'S 4 rules tonight. Okay, I'm gonna be sticking with this one for a minute, to be honest with you. So you choose his strategy, and it will give you, well, I already have it, so I'm gonna choose it for now. And then it'll let you turn your cha-ching on and off. People have preferences. Do you wanna hear the cha-ching? I like to hear it so I can scream out that I'm a money magnet and all that good stuff. So I say on, I want that on. And I like this dark background mode, it's pretty cool now. So I say on that. And once I've made my preferences, I come up and I say save. All right, cool. And I say save settings and I'll reload it. That's how you do that. So then you end up with the screen like this. And we're walking through the formatting for DAVEN'S 4 rules because it doesn't come baked in. The formatting, you have to change it. So with the RSI, again, you'd have to go to format, change it to 7, close, set as default, click OK, and your RSI is set, all right? How about that stochastic? You'll see it differently when you first load up the strategic template, but you get to click on that stochastic and say format, 533, save as default, and say OK. I'm literally taking your baby steps because it's so important that you know how to use this tool so that you can win, all right? Finally, the MACD. You wanna right click, format, change it to 3104. For those of you that may have watched Davey's first 2 videos in IML TV on this strategy, he had a different setting for his MACD, but he ultimately changes it to 3104. All right, you may have noticed that, Khalil, probably when you watched. Yep. All right, so now let's go to another tip on this screen. All right, so you've got your formatting. Now you've probably seen how people are like drawing lines and doing different things on here. So you've got this toolbox on the left of the screen. If you want to draw a line, I click on this bar right here, and I walk over. Say I want to draw some divergence, meaning a line here. I'll click there, and I'll hold it, and when it turns purple, I can draw. I'm showing a downward trend right there. And then I want to draw another line for the RSI divergence. Don't worry about this right now. I'm getting ahead, but I'm just showing you how to draw lines on a chart. You click and click again. Okay? This is just how you draw lines on a chart. So if you want to get rid of these lines, you click here and you trash it right here in the garbage can. Click on that line, garbage can. Any questions up to this point on just some of the mechanics behind here? You can, be on your web analyzer now if you want, or you can just watch this recording. The playback will be available afterwards. You can watch it later, or you can do some of this real time if you like. I'm just answering one of the questions in the chat. Okay, great. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Okay, so say, for example, I'm looking at this Bollinger Band, right? We're going to get off into the rules in a minute, but again, mechanics for now. And I want to bring it closer to me. I can double click in that area. I just clicked in the Bollinger Band area and brought it closer to me. Okay, that's one way. Double click to get it back out. Or I can take the magnifying glass over here with the plus sign inside, the zoom in, it turns blue, lets me know that I can take a chunk and just hold down and click and select a spot, and there it comes closer to me even more. To get rid of that, I'll just go back over here and zoom back out. There we go. Same with the RSI. If I need to see something in particular, double click in the RSI box. It's closer to me. Double click to take it away. All right, you could do that with every single area. Double click to take it away. All right, so that's mechanics. Okay, so let's get off into these 4 rules. Here's my Microsoft Word document, new share, and let's see. Can you guys see this? I hope you can see this. So we did all of our formatting. That's your setup. You got your news, you got your formatting, saving it as default. Key rules. Number 1, for the Bollinger Band, it must be hit in the 5-minute and 15-minute time frames. Must be a yes for both. And you can look at least 2 candles back. We're going to go through that. So the Bollinger Band must be hit in the 5-minute and the 15 minutes. And if it's hit in the 30 minutes, that's good. But if it's not, we're going to check the stochastic in the 30-minute to see if it's crossing or really close. Don't worry about that. So we're going to go ahead and get some examples going on rule number 1, okay? Let's go back to our web analyzer. So let's take, for example, we've got, I'm just going to go with what's on the screen right now for now. So let's look at this. We've got this USD JPY, okay? Bollinger Band, I'm in the 5-minute window up here. I have a drop down by these time frames. And look, since I'm going to be in the 5-minute and the 15-minute and the 13-minute most often, I have stars selected by them to make them my favorites. So that way I don't have a whole bunch of different time frames. And sometimes I'll go with the 1 hour. So I'm going to add the 1 hour as well. So put stars by your favorite time frames. Now we're covered, okay? So in the 5-minute, did the Bollinger Band get hit from the outside by the candles in the 5-minute? And the answer is yes. You see the line of the Bollinger Band right here. And you can look back at least 1 or 2 candles to see that, yes, the Bollinger Band was hit from the outside, positioning for sell. Yes, it was hit in the 5-minute. How about the 15-minute? Yes, the Bollinger Band was hit from the outside. 2 candles, look, position for sell. Easy as pie, rule number 1, right? How about in the 30-minute? No, it wasn't freshly hit from the outside up top, but now, double click there, let's go and look at that stochastic in the 30-minute. We're in the 30-minute time frame. Here's the stochastic, and look, it's getting ready to cross. You can see the blue line is getting ready to cross that red line. It's going to take it in a downward motion because it's above the 80 right here. There's an 80 mark right here. It's going to cross above the 80 and start heading downward. So far, so good on these rules being met. Number one, right? So then let's look at, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, go back to the rules. New share. Okay. All right, so we've covered the fact that it was hit in the 5-minute, the 15-minute, the 30-minute, not so, but we checked that 30-minute stochastic to see whether or not it's crossing or not. How about number 2, RSI divergence? Yes or no? What does divergence mean, you may ask? It means that the market is trending in one direction while the RSI is trending in the opposite direction. This is a good thing. It shows that there will be a reversal in the market. So let's see what that means. RSI divergence. Go back to the web analyzer. Okay, so you can see here, so we'll go back to drawing my line. On the outside of the Bollinger Band, look at that, it's an upward trend, right? Because the candles are outside the Bollinger Band. It's an upward trend for the most part, okay? Even though it is coming down, but you can still see it's been kind of moving upward a little bit, right? But check this out, the RSI divergence. The RSI is telling us what's going to happen real soon. It's going to come down for a selling situation real soon. And I must apologize because typically our divergence should be tracked in the 15-minute window, and I apologize. Let's go back to the 15-minute. We're supposed to be tracking the divergence in the 15-minute. Okay, so we do have a different story here. All right, so I do see it's downward here and downward here, and that's okay. All right, and guess what DAVEN'S said about divergence? He said since we're simply going for just a few pips, divergence really does not matter. I don't want you to get wrapped up into that, okay? So don't let divergence bring you any concern. We're only going for 3 pips. In his initial videos, he was saying to go for 5 pips, but he realized it's better just to scalp at 3 pips, and it's really amazing that you can get 3, and I do get 3 myself. So we're not gonna really worry about divergence too much. Are there any questions at this point? I don't wanna get too far ahead. Just please unmute yourself and ask me something as we go. Any questions on what I said about the Bollinger Band being hit from the outside in the 5 and 15? Let's see what we got here. So
I got a question.
Okay. I'm sorry, Michelle. We can ignore rule number 2 about divergence. Yes, because we're only going for 3 pips. Okay. If you were going for longer than that or more than that, you can definitely look at divergence rule number 2. Go ahead, Khalil. I'm sorry.
Okay, so how I remember this, when you said did the candles hit the Bollinger Bands from the outside coming in this instance, this is a what, sell coming down?
Yes.
Correct, the red ones, right?
Yep.
And if we were looking for a buy, it would come from the opposite direction from the other bowling band, right?
That's right. That's right. Technically, I could format, if I were really, really good, I could format this Bollinger Band to show like a red line on top, because Davey had his like that. I want to get sweet like that, okay? His line was red on top, okay? And it was green on the bottom, meaning when it busts through from the top, it's a selling situation. And if it busts through from the bottom, it's a buying situation. All right. And then I have another question in the chat. Are the Bollinger Bands just the 2 green ones, What is the purpose of the red band in the middle? Okay, yes, just the two greens on the outside. The red one in the middle is simply some sort of a moving average line that we don't really need to pay attention to. Okay, Erica, I hope that helps. But we're focusing mainly on the Bollinger Bands, the lines on the outside. If those are not broken or hit, do not take the trade. This strategy has taught me so much patience, okay? And I don't know what, am I manipulating my own frequency? Can you please explain that, Ruth, if you want to unmute yourself? What does that mean?
Okay, so can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, thanks. All right, so as I'm trying to learn the language, I'm kind of using my English language until I can get the Spanish.
Okay.
So frequency, what I mean by that is, you know, the lines that are going up and down and up and down. It looks like you are creating your own lines, or is that what's happening? What are you doing with them? I guess that's what I don't understand.
Okay. Do you mean the lines?
Are you just
that are on
looking
the
and watching?
Yeah.
Yes. Are you just watching it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these candlesticks here. Yeah, absolutely. These candlesticks are being made by the markets. These are decisions that are being, this is reflective of the momentum and movement of the market, money flowing in and out. Green candles means that the price is going up. Red candles means the price is going down based on what the banks are doing, right? What manipulators are doing, or what do you call it? Speculators, what they're doing in the markets, okay? So these candlesticks are formed. Yeah, I want you to definitely, if you can, take a moment to go and watch that video, Trade Science, because that's going to explain how these candles are formed. And IML Academy, Basics 1 through 4, so you can understand what's happening here, okay? Right. And that way you'll be able to find your place. You'll be able to find your place in the markets as a retail trader, because we are retail traders. So we're making decisions based on the inputs of the bankers and speculators in the market.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Does that help for now?
Yes, it does for now. Thank you.
Welcome. You're welcome. All right. Any other questions? Let's see. Can you show us how to make the red and green line in the Bollinger Band? Yvette, you put me on the spot. I was trying to do it while we were talking here, and I can't do it yet. I got to find out how to do that. Sorry. I told you I want to be sweet like David. I just don't have it. I don't have it together. I'll show you. Next time we come on this training, those lines are going to be different colors. All right. So anybody else? And then we'll move on. Okay. So we left off with the fact that rule number 2 may not be 100% necessary. Let me do this. Divergence, simply because we're only going for 3 pips. If you were going for a longer trade, then we want to study that. The stochastic, is it crossing in the 5-minute, the 15-minute? Yes, but it must be crossing in the 30-minute. Because once the stochastic line crosses, you're going to get some major movement really, really fast. And we're going to look at what that looks like, okay? In a selling situation, the red line must be on top of the blue line after crossing. And in a buying situation, the blue line will be on top of the red after crossing. I would not approach the trade until they are like touching, and they can get in and be sure. So don't forget about rule number 1. That must be met. And then you go on to, you know, this next one with the whole stochastic situation. All right, so let's see what that looks like. I'm going to go back here. Type of 1 if you can see the web analyzer again. Awesome. Somebody left me some instructions too on that, changing the colors. I'm gonna come back to that too. All right, so you can see the web analyzer. Let's talk about that stochastic. Here we are. So as you can see, I'm going to double click in this area. Look at this. The red line is coming down. The blue line is coming down. It's going to cross down here and go cha-ching. Let me hear you. I'm a money magnet. I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities from various sources on a continuous basis. Amen. So these lines are going to cross and they're going to go up. Okay, we can look at some situations where that happened. Take a peek here where I'm circling around. The stochastic crosses, it goes up into a bullish situation. A lot of momentum once that stochastic crosses. All right, you can see that. So there's no way, we're not even near it yet with this particular pair that the stochastic, and I should be in the 30-minute looking at this. 30-minute stochastic. Here we go. Look, it's happening up here. I like that. There. So this red line will eventually go over the blue in a bearish situation, and the blue will be underneath the red. That's when you want to get into a trade, when all the other conditions are met, and that stochastic in the 30-minute is looking like this. Okay, you're going to get your 3 pips pretty quickly. All right. And then the next rule, the final rule, is going to be all about the MACD, moving average. I'm going to try myself. The moving average convergence divergence indicator. That's the MACD. All right. Is it crossing in the 5-minute and the 15-minute? Yes. Simple. Simple. 4 rules. All of them have to be present. Let's go to the 5-minute. Is it crossing there? Click, click. Just about. Just about. Is it crossing in the 15-minute? Yeah, heading downward. Totally heading downward. Let's talk about the MACD for a minute. Here's a little education piece for you. So the MACD is all about the momentum and the volume in the markets. It's similar to a RSI, relative strength index, and it's similar to a stochastic oscillator, okay? But what you have is this histogram, which is these bars. Look at these bars. When there's a whole lot of bars on top, it's showing you that it's in a bullish market. And you can see clearly that that's true because these lines are going up. And as the bars become smaller and smaller and smaller and shorter, heading to this center point, which is 0, it's going to start, boom, going down underneath it, which shows it's in a bearish market. So that's called a histogram. And it's just a whole, hodgepodge of a bunch of moving averages inside of here that's showing you how it's going to work, okay? So I hope that makes sense. I don't want to get too technical, but just to give you a little bit of nuggets there. The top of the line, the top of the 0, bullish market, bottom is bearish. So when it's crossing is key. Is it crossing in the 5 and is it crossing in the 15? That's all you have to look at. So all 4 of the rules must be met. Okay, these are the entry tips. We talked about divergence not being too big of a deal, okay? Just a little added bonus. Up on the stochastic crossing in the 30-minute time frame, try not to enter after the stochastic has crossed. If you enter after the stochastic has crossed, you've missed all the momentum and it could, turn on you, okay? You want to stay in the trade for no longer than 3 pips, no matter what. Trust me. Trust me. I'm on a recording saying that I did not do that. I tried to get more than 3, and it was totally unnecessary for me to take a L in that moment. I could have just got out. I had it. So if you stick to your guns, you're going to make a lot of pips with this strategy. Set up a daily pip goal. 20 pips a day, 100 pips a day. It's totally up to you what you want to go after. All right? So glad to see. Oh, yes, you're welcome, Pam. I'm glad you enjoyed that about the histogram. And yes, you can do this with any pairs. Now we're going to go into talking about how to react to the web analyzer when a signal is given to you. This is where, let me mute somebody. Okay. This is where we want to understand our emotions. This is where we want to understand our mindset. All right, back, cha-ching, type it in, type it in. What do we say? What do we say? At least the first 4 words. Yes, I am a money magnet. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so, yeah, let me see you say it. It's great. You have to believe that. We're going to talk about how to react to what we just heard. So let's click on it. So obviously it said cha-ching, and this USD CHF, this USD Swiss franc just popped up. Click on the first circle to the left, boom, to open up the chart. All right, here it comes. Here it comes. Just because it said cha-ching doesn't mean we get right in. No, don't just get right in and start pushing buttons. No, we got to look at some things, right? So I'm going to exit that, and I don't want that. So clear that off. They said we should be positioned for a sell. They called it at this entry price. That's great. Cool. But guess what? It doesn't matter the entry price that they called it at. Can you believe it? Not with this strategy, it doesn't matter, because we need to analyze these rules. So check this out. Look at that Bollinger Band. I'm in the 5-minute. Did it hit? No, it did not. 1 second. 1 second. Okay. There we go. Okay, so no, it did not hit in the 5-minute. Let's check the 15-minute. All right. Did it hit from the top down in the 15-minute? No. So who wants to unmute and tell me what we should do when neither one of these conditions are met?
Don't get in the trade.
Amen. Amen. Good deal. Good deal. Don't get in the trade, because you're going to feel like, oh man, that was a good waste of a cha-ching. I'm supposed to be doing something. Not with that there, you're not. Because let's talk about it. Look at that. For a sell, and it's way down in the middle of the Bollinger Band, and it's heading down below. Okay, so no, not yet. And let's look at the stochastic. It's in the middle in the 30-minute. It's just in the center. That's not where we expect, to see a definite call for us to take any action, right? We want that stochastic to be either way up top, getting ready to cross, or way at the bottom, getting ready to cross. But for this sell, of course, we want it at the top. Not there. You have to just wah, and move on. So you say, oh my goodness, do I have to sit here and wait forever for another pair? No. You can literally scroll up and pick some pairs that have already been called some time ago, because sometimes it takes a minute for them to ripen, for you to take action. You can pick another pair and analyze that. So before we do that, let me see what you guys are saying in the chat, if there's any questions. All right. Okay, doesn't match up according to the rules. Good. Still a money magnet. Yes, you are. Still a money magnet, even though it didn't match up. That's right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of scroll up a little, and I'm going to just pick something that was called about an hour ago, 64 minutes ago. It says time passed. 64 minutes ago, this EuroCAD, it took it away from me. Where'd it go? There it is. I'm going to click on it to see what the EuroCAD is doing. They're saying there was supposed to be a sell opportunity in there. Okay, lots of consolidation. Who was I talking to? Sean, I think I was talking to you earlier about how today just seemed really weird with the web analyzer, and that the setups just weren't plenteous today. But it probably happened right here. Let's look at this. I'm going to zoom in. Remember how we can click over here, tap on the screen, highlight an area, bring it in. So about an hour ago on the EuroCAD, they told us at 1.60, we could go in for a sell. So 1.60592. Do you guys see how I'm scrolling here along the prices? 1.60. Was that 492? Oh, 597. 1.60597. Right about in here. 597 right there. Boom. Okay. Right in here, they said that we can go in for a sell. I wouldn't even gotten in right there, but there was a time today where it was positioned for us to get in for a nice sale. You see how just because they call out a price doesn't mean that we have to get in on it at that time? We could have taken an action earlier today right here when it just broke that Bollinger Band, okay, in the 5 minute. Let me come back out. And in the 15 minute, it probably did the same in there somehow, and we had some stochastic movement. But my point with all of this is that just because it calls for you to take an action doesn't mean you have to jump right in. Let's check out the GBP USD. And this. Okay. In the 5 minute, looks like it did hit up there, but that's a lot of consolidation. Okay, it did hit up there, almost, like you can kind of get in on something there. And then the 15 minute, it kind of hit. I don't know. That doesn't look like a good hit to me from the outside in. Nope, I wouldn't do that one either. So let's see here, chat, questions. Yes, go ahead, Khalil.
Yes, ma'am. Would you recommend like this example for existence for this example, for example, going back and looking at the stuff that came previously, would you recommend, remember when you were searching for the price?
Yes.
Would you recommend drawing the horizontal line and then drawing the verticals as well to see where?
Yeah, I know that is one tidbit that Davin did throw out there that we could do, and we probably should practice that. I totally agree. Let's do that. So,
Only reason I ask is because for me, when I first started seeing all four of these quadrants, it was hard for my eyes to follow.
Yeah, that's a good tip. So forgive me for that, because as I continued to practice with this tool, I did drop that habit. But it's a good habit to have when you're first starting. So let's do it. All right. So was it this one? Which one was it, Khalil? Did I have the GBP USD? I think so. I don't know which one it was. It was a EuroCAD, maybe.
Yes, it was the EuroCAD.
Okay. They were going. No, it wasn't. Couldn't have been, because they were going in for it was a sell. That wasn't. It was a good one though in the 15. How about we just do this one, the Euro USD, because it broke here. Okay. Let's do that one. I'm going to go ahead and enlarge it a little bit. So what he's speaking of is with this Australian dollar USD, they called the price at 0.786. So I'm going to go and get my line over here. Okay. And 0.78639 right there. Click and draw it across. Okay. And then the time that they called it was at, what's that? 1:10:02. And you can look at the timestamps at the bottom. You see, as I scroll left and right, you can see times. Whoa, how long ago was it? Jeez, 1:10:02. Is that right? Yeah, 1:10:02. Where is it? It's way back here somewhere. That doesn't make sense to me. The UTC time was 01:10:02. And I am in UT, okay. What about local time, 9:10:02? I don't see the timestamp down there at all. It was only 15 minutes ago. Do you guys see it? 1:10:02, am I right? Look at this. Today's date, 3/14. They're ahead of us. The timestamp should just be right there. I'm not seeing, oh, here we go. Here we go. No. Okay, there we go. I see it. You guys with me? I see it now.
It's because it's the 5 minutes, so it's real close.
It's real close. So there's that. I gotta get my line. Click. And there it is. 1:10. Boom. 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 There. That candle. Okay. I'm gonna bring that down a little bit. And there. Boom. You see that beautiful candle there, that red candle? That was what they were talking about. Perfect example. Click. Enlarge. Oh, that's just too big. All right, let me do that again. Click. Take a bigger chunk. How's that? Okay, now we can see. All right, so we got the horizontal line, and you had the price that they called it, and the time frame that they called it. They said it's a selling candle. That would have been perfect, guys, because we had the break, and we would have looked, and I hope it carries over to the 15 where I drew the line, and it did. All right, so we had the break there. At that point, it hadn't broken inside the 15-minute. But see there, I wouldn't have gotten in though. Let's talk about it. I'm open for discussion because we have to make sure that we follow the rules, right?
Right. So what I remember what Davin was talking about when I was listening to his earlier stuff, he said you never want to get in when you're in the middle of the road. He said that those exterior green bands are the outside lane. Well, that's the outside of the lane. And the middle lane is that red line.
Yeah.
So you never want to get in when you're right there in the middle. You want to get in either from the sell, from the top, at the buy at the bottom.
That's right. That's just what he says. And every time I broke that rule, I lost. So, because I would say, wow, but the candle is red right when they said it should be. I want in. No, because it can flip on you so quickly. So you just have to be very disciplined. And it just so happened that right now there are no good trades. I don't know what's up with today, but I was in several last night, so I had a good time. But again, this is patience. You're not going to trade all the time. You're not going to trade every day on this. But at least it's a good framework for where you have a set form of rules that you can use to get in. So we checked it in the 5-minute. It was perfect. The 15-minute, not so perfect. And we had to move on. Okay? So yeah, let's do what Khalil just reminded me we need to do. When you're just starting, find the price on the side. Go get your bar like I showed you. Click once and drag and make a line. Go get the bar again and find the UTC, the Universal Time, well, the UTC. I don't know what the C stands for, but anyway, it's at the bottom. Okay? You find that and you draw your vertical line so you know exactly what they're talking about. Again, you may not enter right where they call it the price at. You're just waiting for the setup. All right, any other questions on that? Let me check in here. 3 candles back, it's there. Okay. Deshaun, were you talking about in the 5-minute? Because 3 candles back, yes, it was there.
No, I was talking about when you were trying to find that candle earlier.
Oh.
That was at 1:10. That's what I was referring to.
Okay. Thank you. Yes. And Universal Time Coordinated. Oh my God, such a teacher's pet. Very good. Thank you. Universal Time Coordinated. Didn't even realize that. All right. So, any other questions? Or just let me know. Here's a good one. Do you ever have a problem of entering a trade and the broker places you in the trade further away than your intended target for entry? Great question, Michael. Let's talk about that. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, that is so exciting that you brought that up. Because what you might be referring to is a spread, Michael. You may enter a trade and you may have a 34 spread on it, which means you have to pay your broker 3.4 pips first before you can even start profiting. Okay? So is that what you're talking about? Because that does happen. You're in the zero, you're in the red for a minute because you owe the broker 34 spread, which is 3.4 pips first. Let's see what you said there. Yes, good. So that's what it is. We're going to probably go over spreads if anybody wants to know about that, because that's critical. And I have to tell you another thing. Write this down on your notes. When you are trading with a scalping strategy, you must have a zero-based live account. Whoa, Tamara, what are you talking about, right? So however many of you on the call are live right now with your trading and you're using real money, you probably have a premium account with the leverage of maybe 1 to 500 or something. That premium account, specifically LMFX, okay, that's who I use. That's who most of my team uses. With LMFX, you have a premium account. You've got to pay the spreads. If you look in your MetaTrader 4 right now at the quote screen and go to the advanced mode in your phone, MetaTrader 4, go to your quote screen, you're going to see the spread written right underneath that currency pair. Okay? You got to give the broker some money first. But with a zero-based account, you're going to have a set spread. For like a standard lot, it's like 4 pips. It's just set. And you can't go any higher than a leverage of 1 to 250, which is a beautiful leverage because you will not blow your account that way. So if you need to know more about zero-based spreads, message me on Facebook, text me, inbox me, somehow get a hold of me. And we can talk about getting you set up with a zero-based account for scalping. That way you can keep your profits versus giving them away to the broker. You're only going for 3 pips. All right, let's see. All right, gotcha, Erica. So, Michael, so if we're scalping for only 3 pips, do we want to use an aggressive lot size so that we make a profit? Not to start out, you don't. You want to go with 3 pips, and you're going to start with a very reasonable stop loss and lot size. Let's talk about risk management in a minute. I want to talk about risk management. Let's put a pin in that. Let's do that. I definitely need more. Okay, good. Yep, stop loss of 3 pips. If you want to go 1 for 1, you can do a stop loss of 3 pips, or you can do, you know what your account balance is. Let's talk about risk to reward, right? Are you willing to risk 10 pips for a 3 pip reward? Are you willing to risk that? You need to kind of weigh that out. You have to be absolutely sure that you're following these 4 rules to a T when you get into these trades. What sense does it make to have a 25 pip stop loss when you're only going for 3 or 4 pips? The risk to reward ratio is way off on that. So you can have maybe a 5 pip stop loss or something like that, or a 3 pip stop loss, but you're going to win more than you lose with this strategy. Keep that in mind. You could lose several times. You're going to win, more times by following the rules. And as far as changing your current account in LMFX from a premium to a 0, that is not necessary. With LMFX, you are allowed 5 trading accounts total to your 1 account that you have. 5 trading accounts to the 1 account. One of those 5 can be a zero-based account. You're only allowed 1 zero-based account out of the 5 accounts that you have in your 1 account. I hope that makes sense. Let me break it down. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So if LMFX is the umbrella, your broker, you get to have 5 trading accounts under that 1 umbrella, one of which can be a zero-based account. Okay? So that's how we do it. You don't have to change anything. You want to keep your premium. I'm a money magnet. Okay. Keep your premium account, okay, for longer term trades. That's all. But for scalping, zero base is the way to go. All right. Yeah, oh, that's the cheat code. Yeah, Michael. All right. Any other questions?
Tam, it's
Yes.
Khalil.
Yes.
So with those 2 accounts or 3 accounts, whatever someone may have in LMFX, the kicker would be to make sure we change the lot sizes back when we're trading in another strategy, correct?
Yeah.
Because typically it doesn't change back just because you switch to another account.
Okay, yeah, it's got to be careful. Yeah, when you go back to open up a new trade in a premium account and you have a 0.50 lot size in that premium account, you just make sure that, you know, in any case that you're managing your risk. So go back to that zero-based account. That lot size, you know, for this scalping strategy can start off really low at a 0.03 or a 0.05, something like that. You got to stay on top of that.
Hi, Tamara and Ghazi. Question.
Yeah.
Can you have 2 accounts open at once? Like, you know, I have my Premier account set up. Can I set up the 0 account, or 1 account can be active at a time?
All 5 can be active at one time.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Yeah, you got several streams because some people may have a live account set up for getting debt free. Some people have another account set up for paying that car note. Others are, this is my long-term account. I'm not touching this money at all. You know,
and that's the premium, right?
Either one of them that you choose.
Okay, gotcha.
The zero-based scalping one can go for, you know, college tuition or whatever.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. It's just that zero-based is a set spread, and that's going to be used for scalping.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sean, I don't know if Traders Way offers a zero-based account or not. LMFX is really good at this, with no fees for deposits or withdrawals, no commission fees whatsoever. That's why I use LMFX. Okay. Anybody else? What I don't want anyone to feel is disappointed in that we didn't see any good setups tonight. It's just that sometimes you have them, sometimes you don't. Even professional traders don't trade every day. Okay? Let's look real quick at this USD CAD that just popped off. All right, USD CAD, real quick. Did it hit the Bollinger Band from the bottom in the 5-minute? Yes. Let's check the 15-minute. No, it didn't hit in the 15-minute. But we can set our clocks and our timers to just wait. We can wait. We can wait on some of these other ones from down below to see if they happen, okay? Let's even look at the stochastic, just out of curiosity, in the 30-minute. The stochastic, not even set up. So this is how people get in trouble with the web analyzer. Be really candid with you here. This 30-minute stochastic, what is that saying to you guys? Look at that. The red line is over that blue line, so tough, going down. But yet, they say, buy? Not quite. We have to really be careful with how we're looking at this. I think we feel like just because that sound comes on and they say, buy this, get in. No. And then people ask, well, why in the world, every time I get into a web analyzer trade, it goes in the other direction than what I said? Well, because of this stochastic and these indicators that are not ready. Look at the MACD heading downward. Even the histogram bars aren't even above the 0 yet. We're still in a heavily momentum of bearish movement. Just because it says buy up here, don't get it twisted. All right, what other questions do we have? Okay, do you say you set your stop loss at 5 pips? I felt there was no trades the hours I was looking today also. Yeah, totally nothing there. I don't know what's up with today. But yeah, 5-10 pips. Yep, stop loss with this. I do. And you know what you can do? And this is what Daven does. He takes twin trades or triple trades. Like you can open up 3 positions at once to leverage your reward. Okay? So if he's certain, 100% certain, okay, you guys didn't type it in the chat. We heard a cha-ching. Oh, I'm a money magnet. Thank you. Thank you. Every time, guys, it goes with these rules. It's part of his teaching. But back to what I was saying, you can open up twin trades, triple trades, okay? 3 trades on the same pair to leverage yourself, all right, against the risk of losing. So,
Tam, this Khalil, how do you do that?
okay, so in your MetaTrader 4, if you want to go into your demo account real quick, just go into your demo. All right, you would just simply pick a pair, any pair,
right?
And you say trade, and then you just say, that you want to sell that pair, and now you may be in the negative or something right now, right? Whatever. I'm in a USD JPY just for fun. So I've got the price is moving, it's fluctuating. Right. I'll hold that down and I'll hit the word trade again and say sell again. Boom. Now I've got 2 of them open.
And then I just set up the stop loss and take profits from there?
Yep. You hit modify and come back in and do your take profit of 3 pips and your stop loss of however many pips you want to risk.
Oh, that's hot.
Pretty good, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. And it's fast too, because you could just hold it down.
Yeah, you can hold it down or you can slide it to the left, however is quicker for you on your phone.
Because I was under the impression they were doing that. I would see the screenshots and I'm like, how does he do that? I mean, with multiple at the same time. I'm like, whoa. I didn't know it was just holding it down. Oh, I'm actually in. Okay.
Yeah.
USD. I just got profit.
Nice. Wow, that was good. At least somebody wants some money to that. That's good.
That, please.
Oh, sure. I can surely repeat that. Okay. To take out a twin trade or a triple trade, which means 2 positions of the same pair at the same time, or 3 positions of the same pair at the same time, go into your MetaTrader 4 app, and in your quote screen, pretend like you've done a good analysis and you're confident. Say the Euro USD, and we're doing this in demo, guys, so we're not messing up any money. The Euro USD, you pick that pair, you say trade. You want to go in for a sell, and be sure you change your lot size to something small, okay? All right? And you go to say sell, just hit it. You didn't put a stop loss or take profit in there yet. You just want to go ahead because all the 4 rules have been met. Hit sell. So now you see yourself in that position on that Euro USD, don't you? Hold down that price that's moving in your trade screen, or swipe it to the left, whichever, and hit the word trade again and say sell again. Now you got 2 of them, 2 positions. Did you follow that?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. And be careful here because, say, for example, I did this in demo with a 10 cent per pip lot size on one position and a 10 cent per pip lot size on the other position. Guess what that totals? 20 cents per pip is what I'm risking right now. Can you imagine if I had to hit a 0.050? That's $5 per pip. And I did it again, 0.050. That's another $5 per pip. I just put myself into $10 per pip because I got 2 positions out there. Don't forget to add them up. That's your total risk that you're taking. Woo, I just profited on the USD JPY. I'm going to close it. There we go.
Live or demo?
That's totally demo for this example. I'm so mad about it right now. But anyway, did I miss a question? Let me see here. What is this EuroCAD doing? This is the one we were trying to play with earlier. All right. So we got a EuroCAD alert, and I want to enlarge this, and it did definitely hit the Bollinger Band from the bottom because it's in a buy position. It's in the 5 minute. It did. Did it do it in the 15 minute? Nope, didn't hit. Can't trade. What a day. But again, this is good stuff because now no matter what, you're just not going to get in anything tonight. Not here, you're not. So if that's ever the case, you just go back to studying, watching some more IML TV, IML Academy, you know, brushing up on things, checking the chats, asking questions, reaching out to people. Not a loss. It's just that there's nothing good tonight. I feel better not having lost anything versus trying to force a trade, getting into some things that weren't set up right and losing. Anybody with me on that? Okay, good. So Chanel, in terms of changing your lot, can you tell me what kind of phone you have? Or it doesn't really matter. You can change your lot in the dead center or iPhone. All right, so if you've chosen a pair in your demo, pick the pair, and you want to say trade. Up there, right under market execution, and this is the type of trades we're entering with this strategy too, market executions. We're not doing any pending orders, anybody, okay? So right underneath market execution, there's a number in black. Tap that, and you can change the lot size right there. Right under the word market execution, that's how you change it. I choose to type it in myself versus hitting those plus and minus signs on the left and right. I have to make sure I'm tapping that in the right way. Okay. Did that help, Chanel? If not, please let me know. Why multiple trades instead of raising the lot size? It's up to you. Because you can take out partial, for example, there's two answers to that. If you have 3 trades open or 2 trades open, you can always close one in profit, you know, that you're glad about, right? The other one can continue to go. Okay? Keep letting the other one go if you want. All right? So you have flexibility to close out one and let the others go. And if you want to just do one trade with a larger lot size, you can always close it in partial profit on that as well. But I think people just sometimes choose, because you get different entry points when you can select multiple trades. So by the time it takes me to open up those other 2, I could be off by like a pipette or a pip or something. Okay, Michael? So, you know, there's benefits of doing multiple trades versus just opening one trade with a higher lot. Yep. Okay, cool. All right. Any other questions?
I got a question, Tam. What's the best time, or what times of the day would you recommend are the best to trade with this method, the scalping method?
Yeah, I would say, and Daven's pretty right. So let me think about it. We've been on the call. We had a good, at least what, 4, maybe 4 cha-chings since we've been on this call, between 8 and 9. We're in the Sydney session right now, and it's rather slow. I mean, I would say late, like 10 o'clock maybe, and even the afternoon, or even before you go to work sometimes, and certainly the London session. Okay, so I would say between 6 and 9 o'clock, not too much happening. And I know that's probably when pretty much people get home from work, but it doesn't take long. You know, say that you have everything laid out for the next day, your lunch is packed, the kids are in the bed, you ate dinner, you're gonna skip that favorite show of yours, and you're gonna say, okay, it's 10 o'clock, it's 10:30, I'm gonna get on the web analyzer real quick and see what I can do. Okay, does that make sense?
Yes.
In London, definitely you're gonna get a lot of it, but that's 2 in the morning, that's 3 in the morning. You know, that's not gonna be realistic. But I'm just saying, based on people's work schedules, you know, realistically, try to get a couple of trades in before you go, or maybe even during your lunch break. It's all in about how bad you want this. That's all. You know, it's, you know, I remember going on my lunch breaks, right? I would turn on a Netflix show before I knew about IML. I'm just saying, I'd watch a show in a heartbeat while I'm eating. Okay? I'm just being real. You could certainly get a couple of web analyzer trades in during lunch. That's just me. Okay, I've got another question. So Sunday nights, this bad boy is going off like guns in Detroit on New Year's Eve, and the currency pairs are going to move as soon as the alert comes. Cool. So Sunday nights. This is what Michael Bay is recommending, guys. So let's try it on a Sunday night. I was looking at it on Sunday. It is like a churning up, right? The market is starting to move. What, opening up at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. So maybe let's try Sunday night. All right, somebody asked me if I'm still doing stop loss and take profit. And I think, David, can you elaborate on that? Were you talking about the risk management piece? Or were you just talking about, do I enter a take profit or a stop loss when the trade is open? Can you elaborate? David, you're on mute. Okay, let's see. Do you enter? Okay, yes, I do. Oh, I profited on the USD JPY in demo. I do enter a stop loss and a take profit. So definitely, when you see that the 4 rules have been met, okay? When you see that the 4 rules have been met, you just open up that pair and you get right on in it because the 4 rules have been established. And we talked about the fact that the RSI rule does not apply here, meaning the divergence, okay? Once those rules have been met, go ahead and hit sell or buy, and then come back and hit the modify button. Then you enter your 3 pip take profit and your stop loss of choice after the fact. Does that help, David? You're welcome. You're welcome. Any other questions on this? Because I think I might want to get into some, what time is it? Oh, it's almost 10 o'clock. It's an hour and a half. Let's take 8 more minutes, everybody. I don't want to keep you on too late. 8 more minutes. I'm going to stop sharing for a second. I want to open up something about, I love Esther's picture. Esther, you're so beautiful. Oh boy. Thank you for letting me use your channel too. I'm going to open up something about risk management real quick, if I can get to it quick enough. Please unmute yourself if you have any questions while I'm finding my document.
Hey, Tamara, this is Sean again.
Hey there.
Hey, I think you went over, but I can think I missed when I was taking my notes. When you put in for the 3 pips, how many pips are you going for your stop loss?
Okay, me personally, I'm doing about 5 to 7 pips on a stop loss. I'm not doing a whole lot. I would prefer to lose less, okay? I tried the 20 pip, 25 pip stop loss. It just doesn't make sense in terms of risk to reward. I've entered triple trades, to give me an advantage there. I'm not doing a big stop loss because I've tried the whole thing too about, well, it needs room to move and all that kind of stuff. But if I just disobeyed a rule and things like that, and it doesn't ever turn back around, I've lost so much more.
Great point. Appreciate it.
Do that. You're welcome. I don't know why I can't pull that up. Wow. I want to get to my PowerPoint presentation for risk management. But anyway, I think you guys totally get the risk to reward analogy. We're talking about it right now. And, just that it's very important that we really mitigate the amount of money we're losing. You're going to see it in the long run that by putting a closer stop loss in, you're going to, not lose so much money. All right.
Hey, Tam.
Hey.
Whenever you're done at the end, is there a way to delete the old demo accounts?
You know what? I've been trying to find that out myself, and I don't know how to do that. Is there anyone on the line that can help us delete our old demo accounts? Because I've got a couple of them myself, and I haven't found out how to get rid of them. I know brokers typically don't delete live accounts; they archive them, and I think that we might just be in a situation where the broker of choice for the demo accounts just doesn't want to delete them for whatever reason. We're stuck, and even if I can't even tell you how to do it. Just open up a brand new one.
Boogie.
Yep, I've got a couple myself. Yep. Let's see, 5 minutes left. Anything else? I hope this was helpful. I hope this was helpful. Let me see here. It's taking a minute for this to open up. I'm trying to show you guys something. All right.
Pam, this is Kelly. Needless to say, I mean, this was beyond helpful. This was amazing. Thank you so much for doing this. I mean, I know that everybody on here is at different levels, but I'm sure we all got a lot from it, even the newbies, because it's just be encouraged, you guys. It's just about hearing and seeing the information over and over again. It does begin to make sense the more you hear it. And this training tonight was just like bananas.
Good.
So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for saying that. I really appreciate that. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. I want to share this. Can you guys see this okay? This is the risk management that I was talking about. Oops, let me do that. Close that out. Okay, click. Oh, good. Yay, good, everybody. I'm glad to see that you enjoyed this. All right, so look at this risk management real quick, okay? We're talking about never risking more than 3% of your account balance on your trades, okay? For an example, if you have a $300 balance, what is 3% of $300? $9. You can only afford to lose $9. So if you're trading on a $1 per pip lot size, you can only afford to aim for 9 pips. So that means 3 trades at 3 pips each. Okay? I'm just trying to tell you, this is how you manage your risk. If you want to take a picture of this slide, you can do so and just plug and play with some numbers of your own. 3% of your account. Don't risk any more than that. Okay, great. We've got you can delete demo accounts. The same window that sets it up, there are 3 dots and it gives you the option to delete. All right, I'm gonna play with that like all night long because I'm just like still trying to figure that out. I see the 3 dots, but I don't see how we can delete it. But that is gonna be good to know. Okay, thank you so much, Sandra, for sharing that. So there is a way we've got to play around with that. Okay, good. Okay, so, yep, if you can take a picture of that slide about risk management, you know, I don't know, we got, what, 2 minutes left. I'm just like a fiend for making sure that everybody knows stuff. I'm going to go over some quick things for some of the newbies real quick. Okay, all right, yep, same with me, Khalil, that's the only option I get. For the last 2 minutes, and if anyone wants to drop off, you can, but this is just something I want to do real quick. If I can get PowerPoint to act right. All right, I hope you can still see this. Please type a 1. Yes?
Tamara, can you hear me before everyone drops off? You know, beyond phenomenal, darling. Beyond phenomenal. You know I love you. You know,
incredible job.
Oh my God, thank you.
You know I love you. But
I see IML educator in your future.
Oh my God.
Listen, Tam, I just wanted to just make sure before everyone drops off, in regard to what we were talking about before, are we going to try to have ongoing training sessions? These were phenomenal. We want to see if we can have continual training sessions like these. If everyone is in agreement with that, type 1, yes, woo, yeah.
I was hoping we can do this every Tuesday, you know, if we want.
Yes.
That was my plan. If you guys are open to it, that'll be cool. Yay! Tons of 1s, Auntie Jeannie.
What I'm talking about. Yes, yes. And then we can, kind of keep a sequence of where we are and then left off. And then the people that come on the next time, at least they can have a chance to review the previous video, the recordings. It won't be lost, and everyone can pretty much be on the same page. How's that sound to everyone?
I love it. That sounds good to me. That sounds good to me. I'm going to take the last 3 minutes, and I know we got tons of newbies on, and I just want to do something. And someone's drawing on my screen. There we go. Thank you for deleting that. So real quick, basic Forex review. We talk about, and I think of like people like Ruth and whoever else is new on this call. Sell candles. Oh, cha-ching. We are money magnets. So the sell candles form from the top down, okay? The bullish candles, the buying candles form from the bottom up. All right, keep that in mind. And then I just want to know, how long does it, take for one candle to form in the H4 chart? 4 hours. And whenever you're in the 1 hour chart, it's going to take, 1 hour for a candle to form. Same if you see that M30 chart, it takes 30 minutes for one candle to form, okay? Just some basics for you. That M15, 15 minutes per candle. 5 minute chart, 5 minutes per candle, and down to that minute one chart. It takes 1 minute for the candle to form in there. And we're gonna keep it moving real quick. We're gonna go, we talked about lot sizes real quick. We know that the 0.01 lot is 10 cents per pip, considered a micro lot, which is 1,000 units of currency. All right. 0.10 is $1 per pip. It's a mini lot. That's what that's called. You get 10,000 units of that base currency. And a 1.00 lot is $10 per pip. So be careful what you're typing into your MetaTrader for. Please. Okay. Very good. And pip movements real fast. If you enter a trade for the Euro USD on a buy at that price and you exit at a price that is slightly higher, did you win or lose? The answer is that you won because the price went up. How many pips did you gain? Do the math, subtracting those prices one from another. You're going to get 15 pips out of that because you're going to get an answer of 0.0015. And you're going to move the decimal point over 4 spaces to the right to get the whole number of 15 pips. What's your profit on a $1 lot size? $15. What's your profit if you have a 2.00 lot? That's $20 a pip, right? $300 is what your profit is on that trade. And in this trade, which currency drove the movement of the buy? Was it the euro or the USD? The euro, because it's the base currency. The base currency is the currency on the left. That's the currency that drives the movement. Okay? Take a picture of that if you want to. We're almost done. We got a busy day tomorrow, right? Okay, so how about spreads? All right, we got questions. Whoa, great, blah, 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 blah. All right, okay, good. Spreads, real quick. Click there and here. If you see the spread in your MetaTrader 4 on the advanced mode, the spread under the pair is a 24 spread. Do you know what that means? You've got to pay the broker 2.4 pips before you can make your profit. And how much will this cost you if you use a 1.00 lot size? Well, knowing that a 1.00 lot size is $10 a pip, and you got to pay the broker 2.4 pips, you got to pay the broker $24 before you can even see some blue. Oh boy. How about on the US dollar CAD? If the spread is 13, that's a 1.3 pip debt that you got to pay to that broker before you start profiting. And how much would that cost you on a 0.50 lot size, which is $5 a pip? A whopping $6.50. And really, that is pretty much all I have for you tonight because we already talked about the risk management piece, and that's the end of that slideshow. So are there any final questions before we go tonight? You can unmute.
Tamara.
Yes.
Hi, it's Benghazi. I want to hug you. You're always so tender in your teaching. But I just wanted to know, what would you suggest are the top 3 popular pairs?
Okay. Yes, I would definitely say the Euro USD moves a whole lot. Okay, that's very popular. As far as the majors, let me go in here and look. I'm going to say the Euro USD, the GBP USD is very popular, and the Euro CAD. I would just say those 3. And of those 3, just, pick your favorite couple of pairs, study their movements while you're just getting started, just study those movements. And you can, do more research. I think Adeze does something in the basics, maybe 2 or 3. She talks about the most popular pairs there are, but those, from what I understand, are pretty popular. There's one called the Dragon, the GBP JPY, very volatile. I would say that new traders should be very careful about that Dragon pair, the GBP JPY. So it moves a whole lot, very volatile, and certainly any new trader, I wouldn't recommend you going to crypto trading right now at all. Learn the basics on the basic currency pairs. I hope that helps, Nkazi.
Sure, it does. And real quick, Dragon, what does that term mean?
Yeah, the Dragon, because it moves so much, quick highs, quick lows. GBP, JPY is so volatile. You're welcome, Erica. The market is so volatile with that GBP, JPY, highly unpredictable, requires a lot of study. They call it that Dragon. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Tamara.
You're welcome, dear. All right. Anybody else with any questions before we go? All right. Well, just thanks again. Thanks, Esther, so much for, being here to support us. Everybody, Sean, I appreciate you all the way from Atlanta getting on this call. You're welcome, Daryl. You're welcome, everybody. And I will just see you guys next Tuesday. Let me see. Yep, I'll be home from Vegas. I hope to see you guys in Vegas. All right. Safe travels, everybody that is going, and have a great night, everybody. Bye.